Hello, Zeel. Welcome. Nice to see you here today with me.
Hi, Sandra. Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
How have you been doing?
Yeah, doing amazing. How about you?
Yeah, all good, all good. I mean, you just shared with me it's summer over there, so I can imagine the temperatures are
Yes,
like.
it's too hot over here. It's too
so,
hot.
so what is like an average temperature in India at the moment?
So currently it's like 42, 41.
Oh, wow. Degrees Celsius we're talking about,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
That's a lot. That's really
A
a
lot.
wow. So like, I mean, I can imagine, I mean, you're used to it, of course, but it's very hard to go outside and do any outdoor activities. I can.
Yes, actually, if you want to have some activities, you can either choose timing of early morning
Mhm.
or late night. You can go outside in afternoon, and I mean before 6 p.m.
Um,
So from starting from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. it's really very hot.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can plan anything.
yeah. And also the sun is just strong, right? It's not even healthy to be outside in that in the
Yes,
sun.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we don't have that problem here in Iceland with being too hot. So if you need to cool down, welcome.
Yes, I would love to.
Maybe one day, who knows, right? Just
Yeah. Yes, exactly. That's why I actually love to connect with people from different region. I don't restrict myself to connect with people. And the profession I'm in, I actually working as a business development executive in an IT company.
Mhm.
So what I do is I connect with people from different region, especially with European region.
Mhm.
And after that I also work with people from Canada and US. So that's why what I actually love about my profession. And I really love to meet people from different culture, and I really would like to visit them also one day.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's the beauty of today's world. It's so easily accessible. I mean, post COVID now, let's hope, right? Like once everything goes back to normal,
Yes,
and you can easily connect with people. I mean, just look at LinkedIn, right? Like in real life, we
exactly.
probably never have met each other, right? It's
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So actually that's also a benefit of social media, that
Mhm.
we connect with people we have never seen. Even I do have some of friends for 5 to 6 years. I have never have seen them. They are from Switzerland, they are from Germany, and we have never met. Even we didn't even have a video call, video chat, but we are friends. We say hi, hello, we ask about each other's family and well-being in a month and in a 2 month of period. This is how we maintain our relationship, even though we haven't met ever.
Yeah. That's lovely. That's absolutely lovely.
Yeah,
So, Zil, for those who don't know you here in the group, please
yeah.
introduce yourself. Who is Zil?
Yeah, so I'm pretty much like a people person.
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, so I have complete, in terms of education, I have studied computer and science, and I'm working in an IT company in India.
Mm-hmm.
And as mentioned, I am working as business developer. I meet different people, and we talk business, discuss, and yeah. So basically, my profession is in business, and that's because of my nature. My nature is kind of um, well, extrovert. We can say that. Yeah. So I have chose my career based on my nature, and I'm very kind of what I can say, a job lover, a work lover person. I
Mm-hmm.
can't find the exact word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like workaholic, you love your job,
Yes,
right? You're
exactly.
passionate.
Workaholic. Yes, I can say that. So that's all make me happy. In fact, if I have a bad day, I'm like, let me just work for some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So work helps you to kind of get over maybe
Yes.
certain challenges or. Mm-hmm.
Yes. It makes me forget about other things. and it makes me happy.
Mhm, mhm,
But that actually sometimes also make a problem. If you are really attached to your work, it makes you a lot of happy, and it also sometimes make you feel like hurt,
mhm,
because if you are too much into something, the little thing can make you happy and the little thing can make you hurt also.
mhm.
So it's also like that.
So how did you learn to balance that out, right? Like how did you learn to maybe protect yourself from those, from taking it maybe that personally?
Yeah. So when I started my career, I was like too much workaholic, and when I connect with people, so you must be knowing that you can't sell everything to everyone. You are calling someone to sell something, but if they don't hate us, they have nothing to do with us, but they don't want something, so there are some people who say, hey Zeel, I don't need your services at this moment, and they cut the call. But there are also some people who are like, hey, shut up, and then hung up the call. So in the beginning I was like, uh, in very first day I started to cry.
Mhm,
Yes, that oh, he's saying me shut up. Then one of my senior taught me that do not take it personally.
mhm,
He's not in need of that particular service. He's saying no to service. He isn't saying no to you. So
mhm,
I learned it that I learned that thing very much, and I always remind myself that there is nothing personal in business. You
mhm,
are working for someone and he also is working for someone, so there is nothing personal. It's a professional. So whenever you are doing your work, give your 100%, be happy that you are doing something good and enjoy it to your fullest. But if it didn't work out, then it's okay, leave and move on.
yeah, yeah. And I see, I mean, obviously my background is also in sales. So I know
Oh,
exactly what you're talking about in terms of, hearing no or maybe
yes.
giving a bad response and then taking it personally. And that can really like hurt, like why? What did they
Exactly.
do wrong? But then you
Yes.
realize what you mentioned, and that's so important, right? Like they're not saying no to you, like you, me, right? Like,
Yes.
but something else, right? It's not
Yes.
personal.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it takes time to get to that point, right? It's
Yes.
yeah, it's a
Yeah,
tough.
it really takes time. Even if you learn that what happens in general, when you hear no, it takes time to start working again on
Mm-hmm,
different things, because you are afraid of no.
mm-hmm,
Uh,
mm-hmm.
Once you hear no, then the thought will come in your mind that now I'll start calling, and what if I again hears no? So
Mm-hmm,
that also demotivate you if
mm-hmm.
you don't take it personally.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But at the same time, then, right? Like we hear a lot of, there is a lot of these posts around, like hearing no, you will never know if you don't ask. It will always be no, blah blah, and right, a lot of noise out there, right? But what helped me back in the day, I remember about hearing no, is that firstly to understand that kind of your industry or sales job is mostly about hearing no. So that's
Yes.
kind of the first thing that I put in my mind. And then the second thing that I put in my mind was that you never know who will say yes. Like maybe the next call is exactly that
Exactly.
person will say yes.
Yes, exactly. That's what keep us to going. Like uh, uh, it's kind of hope
Mm-hmm,
that the next call will be yes.
mm-hmm,
It's
mm-hmm.
all about expecting like one more call, one more call. In fact, what I think is I should keep sticky note in my computer that you are just one call away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yeah.
you never know. It takes one call, it takes 100 call, but you'll have to keep going at
Yeah.
the end. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And then when you hear that yes, it's like, oh,
Yes,
it's so
exactly.
rewarding.
That's really what happened to me. Actually, when I started my job, I was whenever I hear yes, I always like hey sir, he told me yes, hey, he told me yes, now we are going further, we are going further. So in our company, everybody thinks like, oh, Zeel is very excited kind of person. She's yes.
Yeah, but that's important, right? To celebrate your wins. It's actually
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter how small it is. If you start to enjoy very little and small things, then you'll be able to achieve bigger
Mhm.
things to celebrate.
And also from a point of view, like, often we are kind of rushing continuously, right? Like you achieve something, now immediately you're what's next. So we don't even take time to properly kind of digest what has happened and to take
Yes.
certain learnings and reflect, right? So it's very, very important to stop just for a bit, right?
Yeah.
It's is there any way that you like to celebrate, close the deals, anything specific, any tradition maybe you have?
So whenever I close any deal, I just call my parents.
Okay.
I actually too much connected to my family. I'm living away. I'm living in different city for my job. They
Mhm.
are all in different city. I visit them in 15 days or in a month. But whenever I close any even a smaller deal, I call them. Hey, mommy, I did this, and I'm very happy. And that makes me really a very good feeling to share with them.
Mhm, mhm. And I can imagine they're also super proud, right, that you're doing so
Yes,
well, and that's beautiful.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sharing that happiness, sharing your achievements, that's also a way, right, of celebrating, a beautiful way to celebrate together. Right?
Yes, exactly.
That's
Exactly.
lovely. That's lovely. So, Celia, in terms of, right, like I understand you love your job, I understand you're super passionate about it, but what would be maybe, let's say if somebody was to think about going into sales, right, and doing cold calling and building their career, and so what would be maybe some, flip side to sales, something that they should be aware of? Not everything is pink and beautiful and nice, right?
Yes, exactly. So the very first thing which we have discussed, you will have to be get used about hearing no. You
Mm-hmm.
can't take anything personally in sales. Also, when you are in sales, you will learn to do a lot more thing which you are not comfortable in doing. So
Mm-hmm.
if you are in sales, there is nothing like comfort zone. I mean, sometimes what happens that you also get connected with your client. So for example, you are my client for 1 or 2 years, so there can also be some bond like, mm, as a client or as a vendor, we also share a good bond.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to say no to client, it also become a discomfortable moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when you enter in sale, you will have to forget all about comfort zone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
that's great. That's so
Yeah,
great, actually,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, actually, it when you come out of your comfort zone, it gives you courage to
Mm-hmm.
do something you are not willing to do. So once you come out of your comfort zone, then you know more about your own self. That yes, I could do that. I can do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You build this confidence, right? By doing, you are also building confidence, and you're becoming even more secure in yourself and your abilities,
Exactly.
and so.
Yeah. Then you get to realize then there is nothing which can make me stop doing this, or you really feel confident about yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
will like, there is nothing, I can handle this kind of situation, okay, I can handle this person,
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, it's definitely a great industry, right? Not for everyone, of course. Like nothing is for everyone. That's clear.
Yeah,
Sales is
it's
extremely.
totally.
Mhm, please.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was saying it's totally about your interest.
Yes.
So for example, I can be a good example. I have done my studies in computer and science.
Mm-hmm.
So it was all about coding and so programming. But after that, I chose sales as a profession,
Mm-hmm.
because when I was studying, when I were in my academic time, I always felt that I would not enjoy programming the whole day. I want a profession where I need to talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
So I go with my interest. So sales is not for everyone. Even any job is not for everyone. It totally depends upon your interest.
Yeah, yeah. I'm curious. I mean, that's quite of a switch, right? It's very different to go from computer and science to sales. Like these are very, very, very different industries or fields, so to say, right? So I'm curious, what would you say were maybe some obviously skills and knowledge that you learned in computer and science that really helped you in sales?
Yeah. So actually, this is the question I always have faced in my every interview.
Oh, wow.
When I
Okay.
was yes, when I was giving interview for a sales job, I always have been asked this question.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So as I mentioned, I'm having background of computer and science. I know very much things about programming and softwares. And I'm working in an IT company which is making software, which is doing programming. So the main benefit is I actually know what I am selling.
mm-hmm,
You
mm-hmm.
know, that is what my benefit. I as a salesperson, I'll be the first contact to my client.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I can handle my client very much better way. I can help them to solve their problem, as I know my field thoroughly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it actually really helps me. I mean, I have a skill of sales, I have a knowledge of softwares. So I think it can be a perfect combination to work in IT company as a salesperson.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I can imagine also that the clients feel like she actually like really knows what she's talking about. I mean, of course but
Yes.
like to a very specific point because you do have background in that, and now you are
Yes.
on the other side. It's
Yes. So it's like if you are selling pizza, for example. So if you are the one who knows how to make pizza, and you are also selling pizza, then it would be more easier and excited for you,
yes.
because you know everything about pizza and then you are selling it.
Mm, mm.
But in some cases, in other field, you don't know how to make pizza. You know this is pizza and you are going to sell that. But
Mhm.
if you know more about pizza, you would be saying, this is amazing about this pizza, that this ingredient is really good in this pizza.
Yeah.
So this is what make you feel happy, and which also make your client and your customer happy, that you know what you are selling. And it also helps to boost your own confidence as well as your client's confidence in yourself.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
And really like the fact that you understand the product and know so much about it also makes you even more believe in it because you really understand the benefits, which again
Yes.
comes across in a different way when you're talking to your client. So it's a win-win, definitely.
Yeah, it's a win-win actually.
That's amazing. So you see yourself like building career in sales for quite some time, staying in that field, or do you have any ideas in terms of where would you want to kind of, what is your path really for the future?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. There was some disturbance, maybe because of network.
No problem, no problem. So I was just thinking like in terms of staying in sales, right? Obviously you are at a certain point. Do you have any ideas as what would be the next step for you? Do you wish to stay in that field or do you have any plans?
Yeah. So when I have started my job, I was what I was doing is I was just connecting with client. It was kind of prospecting and lead generation,
Mm-hmm.
what I was doing. now after 3 years, I'm doing end-to-end, I'm doing end-to-end sales.
Mm-hmm.
So from generating lead to closing the deal and handling clients
Mm-hmm.
and cross-sellings, upsellings. So in 3 years, I've been able to do this. And yes, definitely I have bigger plans for future also. Let's see what happens.
Mm-hmm. But this is great achievement. Well done, Zeel. I mean, in 3 years,
Yeah.
you had really progressed. Obviously, now you're doing the overall process from sales to account management.
Yes.
Well done on that. And I wish you all the best when moving forward.
Yes. Thank you so much. Actually, I should appreciate my senior and the company I'm working for. They saw the potential in me, and they actually gave me an opportunity in very early basis.
Mm-hmm.
In general, it takes 2 or 3 years to go on that stage that
Mm-hmm.
you learn to handle account. But in my case, it was after 1 year only that, yeah, we think you can handle.
Yeah. But I mean, also with your passion and your determination and your love towards what you do and your experience and knowledge, etc. I would be surprised had it been any other way, right? Because you can really feel that you're really all in and that you love what you're doing, and that's commendable and something that definitely should be appreciated, that recognized and awarded, right? So
Yeah.
well done. So
Thank you.
what would be maybe some takeaways, like biggest takeaways for you so far, professionally, personally, some takeaways that you think were maybe, turning points that made you who you are, and yeah, really create you, or yeah, just make you who you are really essentially today.
Yeah. So when I moved to different city and left my family for my higher studies for my college, as I mentioned, I'm very people person. I really like to make friends and all. So in different city, I started to make friends, and I but there were some bad experience with friends also. Then I used to call my mom and say, Mom, they are not like what I have think, and I do not want to study over here anymore. I want to come back to home.
Mhm.
That is how I was like. Then they taught me that you cannot control other and what other things about you. So
Mm,
it's totally up to you, and you should not let what other things affect you.
mm, mm,
Yeah. So uh, I slowly and gradually learned that I understood that people is not going to feed me and feed my family. It's actually me. I'll have to take stand for me. I'll have to manage, and I'll have to keep myself as priority, not people.
mm,
And that actually is a bigger lesson I also want to share with other, that it sometimes make you feel like selfish or whatever. I'm not saying to be selfish, but what actually matter is your mental peace.
mm.
So if you are feeling mentally good by saying no to others, then go and say no.
Yeah.
Yeah. And don't let anybody give discouragement or anything to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's so very important, right? Like what you said, like you need to be in peace with yourself, right? Sometimes,
Exactly.
of course, you will be doing compromises, of course. I mean, of course, you cannot be only like my way or no way, right? But this is
Yes.
not to that, not being selfish, but standing up for yourself and setting clear boundaries. Very, very important.
Exactly. And the fact is, if you are not happy and you are not at peace with yourself, you can't also make other people happy.
Yeah,
You are also going to make them mm, uh, not happy. Or
yeah. And
so
it's not
so the
honest.
basic yeah
Mm,
so the basic step to be happy and to make other self happy is to be at peace with yourself.
mm.
Yeah.
I agree absolutely. It's very important, because also if you are kind of doing something that isn't aligned with you, or something that you don't necessarily agree, you're also not being authentic. You're basically lying to yourself and others, which is again not good,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly. And that's what you are here for.
Yeah.
Actually, what my parents taught me is, so from the beginning when I was a child, they taught me to speak up when I have something on my mind.
Mm-hmm.
So I am actually that kind of person that I can't keep quiet if I have something to say.
Mm-hmm.
So I always need to put my opinion. If I have any, I can't be like, okay, let it be. Let people do what they want to do. If I have something to say, if I have any opinion, I always share.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, put it out there. Then you are like, "Whew, I did it. I said it. It's relief."
Exactly. So it's not necessary that um they understand my uh, they should agree with my decision. It's not necessary. But
Mm-hmm.
what necessary for me is to put my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And also, right, like staying kind of true to yourself, right? Like you said it, and this is what you mean, this is your opinion, and what you said, it doesn't mean that someone needs to agree with that. You don't need to agree,
Exactly.
right?
Yes.
But it's expected that others respect what you said, right? Now what's going to be done, that's another story, but that's very, very.
Yes. Exactly. I don't need people to agree with me, but
Mhm.
it gives me satisfaction that yes, I have that thought in my mind and I told people. I don't want to regret later that I could have said that, but I didn't.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. What
Yes.
would have happened had I said it,
Yes.
it's
Yeah, I don't want to go that far. If I have something to say, if I want to do something, I'll do it quickly.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. All right. This is, I mean, this is great, really, Zeel, in terms of, I think there is a lot of valuables for those, who are thinking maybe about career in sales. I know there are quite some sales people in the group. I know that some
Oh,
wish to go into that career. So definitely lots of valuable insights. Thank you so much for sharing.
yeah. Yeah, thank
Um,
you so
Before we wrap it up for today, Zeel, maybe if you have anything that you think you could offer to this group, or anything that you'd like to ask to the group at this point, is there anything on your mind?
Yeah, so what I actually think I can do is, whenever if someone has uh, any thought like that, uh, they want to go in sales, or they actually are into sales, or want to share something. I'm not saying I know everything about sales.
Mhm, mhm,
Yeah, I'm not saying that, and there is no one who knows everything about sales, but there can be conversation where we both know from each other, and we both learn from each other.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
So I can always connect with people of group. I mean, I always like to share my ideas on your Friday post.
Yes, absolutely, and please feel free to continue doing that. Absolutely.
Yes,
um
I actually love that.
yeah, I'm glad
Even
that.
I have also connected with a couple of people from group personally. Yeah.
Awesome. That makes me very happy, because this is exactly the point of that group. That was my idea, and I want that you guys are meeting each other and exchanging ideas, and
Yes,
learning, and
yes.
all together and growing. Right? But I always say we're all responsible for making that group great. It's not only me, all of us, right? It's all of us. Um,
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. You are doing amazing job, Sandra. I must say. Actually, the thing is, sometimes what happens that you want to share something, but you can't share something to people who knows much about you.
mhm,
Uh, it happens also with me when I want to share something with which is I'm not comfortable sharing. I also find random people. So
mhm,
one day I have also even shared few point of mine with you, and I felt really relaxed
yeah,
actually.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that this group also help people in terms of that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm so glad really to hear that. And I absolutely
Yeah.
understand, right? Sometimes it's just easier to say, certain things to someone who doesn't know you, right? Because they can also be very
Exactly.
objective. They're not connected with you, right? They're not emotionally involved. So you can receive
Yes,
new perspectives.
exactly. That is what I'm trying to say. And I must say you are doing amazing job.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So are you. So are you. So well done to both of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So then, Zeel, I'm going to put the link to your LinkedIn profile in this post. So
Mhm.
whoever would like to connect with you, I'm sure they're free to do that, right?
Yeah. Yes. Sure.
And yeah, keep up the great work. Keep up being active in the group. And we obviously stay in touch. And thank you once again so much for today. It was so nice talking to
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Sandra. It's pleasure.
you. We speak
It's all
soon.
mine. Yeah. Sure.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.